a short discussion about some of the events that recently happened with startups here in the region. So one of the main events that happened was that Planet Hatch and PDC had their very first demo day. Sahim, you attended this demo day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It was really good actually. There was a huge crowd. I didn't expect that many people to show up. There was more than 200 people, I think. It's probably even more. I don't know the exact number, but it was packed. There was a lot of people there. I thought it was a fun event. Like I didn't stay for the after party, but the actual event I was there for all of it, and I was quite impressed by all the presentations. They were all pretty good.
So what was it? Were they just all doing pitches and then like they do like 5 minutes and then questions? Like how did it roll?
So it was just like a pitch of what they're doing right now. Like there were companies like many of the companies we've already interviewed, like Timber Cases and Hotspot Parking and so on. So they all pitched their product, which has evolved since we first heard about them. For example, like Hotspot Parking came out of a startup weekend event we helped organize, and they've definitely evolved and matured. So the product it's kind of cool to see that happen. So that was kind of nice to see. But you could go talk to them afterwards.
Right.
Like Timber Cases had a little booth set up on the side that you could go check out and see their guitar cases and so on. So that part was cool. For the Pandey Center, a lot of the social enterprises, they were companies I hadn't really heard about. So there were a lot of social ones, like a farming one. I don't remember all the names, but they were all pretty interesting. But there was also like a tech one. The
board one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the board one. What was that called?
I forget the name.
Yeah. Anyways, it's for posting events. So the Planet Hatch uses that actually. So they were part of the Pandey Center cohort. So it was good to see those things.
What was the initial vibe like in there? So you walked in and you saw like there was 200 people, but was everyone in a good mood? Were they having a good time?
Yeah, definitely. There was food everywhere, and there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people who came from out of town.
I heard they had some games and stuff too as well at the beginning.
Yeah, there was all kinds of things. Even halfway through, there was a few games and all that. I mean, that was good to have. It's not why I attended the event, but I'm sure it was useful. It was a good way to kind of make the day go by, I guess. But overall, the event was very well organized.
Excellent, excellent. So Planet Hatch has also done some other events since then. So that was the last cohort that went out, and the next cohort is going to be coming in as well. So that was like the graduation of that cohort, right?
That's right. And you attended the selection of the new cohort, right?
That's right. So I attended the selection of the new cohort, but they haven't been selected yet, and we don't know them. But I can say it's actually pretty exciting. So I think with Planet Hatch, they're meant to kind of like, the companies are relatively very early due to like the circumstance. So you've seen a lot of companies that were coming out of UNB, TME, all over the place. Like it was just like all over the place. But we had a group of about 10 companies that were anywhere from 1 month to 1 year, very early stages.
What kind of industries were they in?
All over the spot. So I saw like industries about one of the ones that caught my ear right away was a guy who was taking pop cans, and I believe he was painting them black, and he was making these heaters that he could like heat his house with. I thought that was pretty unique. There was a lot of like bio companies again, a lot of tech companies, but I think like the thing that was really the hot topic was hardware. It was like technology and hardware combined. So we haven't seen as much of that lately. Like we typically have seen a lot of software companies. So this is the first time we've seen like hardware companies. So there was like wearable tech to like your bracelets that you kind of see today. One company had like a cane, like pressure sensitive. Starting off, you don't think a cane's going to be that interesting, but it was actually super interesting. So a lot of cool stuff like that.
That's great. So what else has been going on lately?
I think the R3 Gala for NBIF, that's actually being hosted tonight.
Yeah.
There's been not too many new companies that's kind of like spinned up, but a lot of companies have kind of like are going through stages now of like where they're bringing on their like first customers and whatnot. One of the recent news as well is that LiveOps got acquired. So
User Events got acquired by LiveOps.
User Events got acquired by LiveOps is now part of it. So that's a big news for Fredericton, actually. Yeah. So congratulations on that and your guys' team. Yeah. But that's really good for the community now because it's another proof that stuff is happening and the ecosystem is working out.
Definitely. The other thing I would like to bring up is a makerspace. So yesterday I attended the event for this, like a soft launch. So there's going to be a makerspace in Fredericton. where you can do like 3D printing. There's going to be woodworking classes and so on. So that's supposed to launch in the next little while, and I can't wait for that because it's the intersection between like the tech guys and the artists in one spot. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
So like you're way into that stuff more than I am, and I think like the same main thing that you highlighted to me is like this is a place where people aren't going to make a business; they're just going to kind of like do their own thing. So
Pretty much, but it's not to say that businesses haven't come out of it. Like for example, the MakerBot 3D printer came out of a hackerspace in New York, and that company got sold to Stratasys for like 300 million. So it's not like people go there because they're passionate about something, and that's usually why people start companies too, because they're passionate about something and see a need. So there are other, like it's not to say that companies won't start, but that's not why people are. That's not why I would go there.
like the Pebble smartwatch started out of one of these things too as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see what you mean. So this is kind of like we're a place. They have a membership fee, right?
Yes, I don't know the details because they're not finalized, but it's supposed to be around like 30 to 50 or 50 to 80.
Right.
But
so like a gym membership kind of cost.
in a way, yeah, that sounds about right. But
And what kind of facilities do they get for that membership?
I don't know all the details because it's still quite early, but we'll find out in the next few weeks.
Cool. So this would be a spot where people can go, they could pay that membership, and then also go build stuff that they want to, like they have an idea in their head and they could go build stuff, but at the same time be surrounded by other like-minded individuals.
Definitely. So I see lots of things coming out of there. There may be a lot of crazy ideas, but I see a lot of cool things coming out of it.
Interesting. So the last thing I was going to talk about, we were just talking about Planet Hatch going through a new cohort, but Launch 36 is actually going into its 4th cohort now?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's 4th cohort for
They're
Launch
pretty
36.
mature.
Yeah. So what were some of the companies that got acquired, not acquired, but put into that?
That's right. So some of the I think all the companies you've heard of before. So Hotspot Parking, which was part of the Planet Hatch cohort.
Yeah.
Heighten, which was also part of Planet Hatch. Adeptio from PEI, which we had talked to as part of Startup-cation a long time ago. There's also a kindergarten out of Moncton.
Yeah.
Kindergarten, sorry. And I think those are all the companies. Hopefully I didn't miss any, but those are the companies part of this cohort of Launch 36.
So we see we've seen a batch from Planet Hatch go in to Launch 36, and now we're seeing a whole new batch of companies which are about to go into Planet Hatch. So it's definitely stuff is still spinning and the ecosystem is still moving. That's all I wanted to say. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Sam?
No, man, it's an interesting time to be here.
Good stuff. All right. Thank you very much.